Welcome to the Hardcore Closer Podcast. I'm Ryan Stewman, founder of HardcoreCloser.com, and this podcast is all about helping you, the salesperson, close more sales. And look, whether you're selling cars, homes, financial services, consulting, whatever it is that you sell, this podcast is dedicated to help you generate higher quality leads, increase your closing ratios, and show you how to charge premium fees for the items you sell so you can get paid what you're worth. What's up, Closer Nation? Welcome to episode number 105 of the Hardcore Closer Podcast. And look, I'm glad that you're here. If it's your first time, boy, have you joined this show at the right time? You're going to love this shit today. This shit is going to be fire. But if you've been here before, well, first of all, you should know that if we're on episode 105, then there's at least 104 more episodes out there. So feel free to surf around, getting merged into content. We have all sorts of subjects. Matter of fact, you know, there's no shortage of content to be talked about, but man, we have to work harder, I think, to come up with the topic for the show now than we definitely did in the beginning. You know, 105 different episodes of stuff without repeating. It's not fucking easy, man. Some of us got that shit you can't hack. We're going to be talking about that today anyway. Second of all, if you're listening before, if you've been here before, if you've listened to one of my shows before and you've not left me a review, like, what the fuck, man? What in the fuck, dude? I take time every single week to bring you badass information. Awesome show with fucking full of content, and you can't even take a minute to leave me a review on iTunes. Come on. For those of you that have, it's awesome. Let me tell you a story. And I told this last week, but Jared Cole, one of the guys that left a review on the show, now has all my insurance, right? He left a 5-star review on the show 3 weeks ago. Now he has all my insurance. I have 7 cars, 4 houses, and a business that I insure. So that guy went out of his way to leave a review, and now he's got a fuck ton of commission check coming in because my cars aren't Honda Accords. They're McLarens, NSX, Maserati. I got a $70,000 Ford truck. I have a $100,000 Escalade. Like, dude just made some serious ass bank. All he did was leave me a review. And in the review, he's smart enough to listen to the show to know to pitch me in the review, and it worked, right? So you're missing out not just on helping me and helping the sales community by leaving a review, but hell, I could be doing business with you, but if I don't know who the fuck you are, you're not going to get my business, right? And leaving a review is a better way to get my attention than sending me some spam message in the inbox of Facebook. I can assure you that. And plus, listen, leaving a review helps me get to the front of the algorithm on iTunes. It helps more people recognize the show. It helps more salespeople come and get plugged in and learn the awesome content. So you're not only being greedy from me, you're being greedy from the sales community too. And the last thing the sales community needs is another greedy salesman. Don't be a greedy salesman. Get your fucking lazy ass over there and leave me a review. Just like my man right here. It says JLB1003. I like that. See how I try to make it rhyme there. Sales pro teacher and leader in uncensored greatness. I love it. It says, hey, Ryan, always a strong show. Thanks for all you produce. I have learned a lot and keep learning from you. Most appreciated, brother. Thanks again. I sell PPO-based health coverage, non-Obamacare, to the self-employed small businesses and generally able to save my clients 20 to 40% over Obamacare plans. How's that for a pitch? That's really good, man. Thanks, and especially since you don't get a lot of lines here, and you were nice enough to take some of the lines and thank me. But he says, give him a call in advance, 713, which means he's Houston, 713-410-8517. So listen, if you're out there and you're fucking paying, if you own a business and you're paying too much for your insurance, hit up JLB 1003 here at 713-410-8517. He's selling non-Obamacare, which I'm pretty sure Trump's new tax plan wiped that shit out anyway. But what the fuck do I know? I don't know. But I'm just saying, look, this is how you get business done. Now this guy, there's 50,000 people listen to this shit a month. And now this guy has his pitch in front of those 50,000 people. And there's probably going to be people that need PPO health coverage insurance that are self-employed, which is a lot of the people that listen to this show. So hit them up, 713-410-8517. And I appreciate you leaving me a review. Now, before we jump into the show, it's going to be a fucking hilarious one today. I promise you that. I want you to know that we've got this offer right now. For $10, you can go over to closercards.com. And really, these are like the coolest things that I've come up with. It's innovative. Nobody else has anything like it. Well, I say that. We'll get to that in a minute. But it's innovative. And what they are is they're flashcards for salespeople. On one side, there's an objection. On the other side, there's the rebuttal. I've wrote the first 10 objections and hints on how because each business is different. There's no blanket one-size-fits-all rejection and rebuttal process. And so I've given you hints on the first 10. I've written the objection, like, need to talk to my spouse, wasn't able to buy today, all that, don't have money, all that kind of shit. And then hints on how to deal with it in your specific business on the back. And then there's 15 additional cards that are blank on the front and back for you to write objections and how you would handle objections. Listen, this is how we learned our ABCs. This is how we learned division, multiplication, addition, subtraction, and everything else is by flashcards. And there's a reason why we use flashcards when we were kids, because they work. And here's what I know, like the human psyche, once you've gone through the ages of 3 to 7, your cognizance and your comprehension skills never improve. You get smarter, but your cognizance and comprehension skills never improve unless you rewire your brain. And so that's why flashcards are so important during those ages, because they are wiring your brain to memorize that stuff. You have a chance as an adult, as a young man, young lady, even as an older person, a veteran, to wire your brain to be able to handle objections. It's been said by guys like Russell Brunson, Marshall Silver, and many others that I'm the world's greatest objection handler. If you've ever seen my funnel hacking live skit where I'm on stage and I'm just handling random people's objections, man, I got that shit you can't hack. And I have created these cards so that you can have that shit that you can't hack either. And listen, if you're a sales manager out there, you can write down objections and rebuttals for your people. Just hand them these cards, right? New guy shows up, needs a job. Green pea has no clue how to deal with this shit. Instead of throwing him to the wolves and he doesn't know what to expect, you hand him these closer cards and go, expect to have these objections thrown your way. And here's how you deal with them. Because here's what Iron Mike Tyson said. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. And everybody thinks they can close the sale until they get punched in the face by an objection. That's real talk right there. Everybody has a plan to close the sale until they get punched in the face by an objection. Well, with closer cards, you have a plan for what happens when you get punched in the face. When Conor McGregor gets in the ring with somebody and they punch him into the face, his natural instinct is, I don't want that to happen, to get him taking him to the ground. And so that's what these closer cards are. They're a way to prepare you for when your prospects punch you in the face. And if you get an objection out of left field that you've never heard before, write the shit down. Think about it after you lose or win the sale and write down how you would handle the objection, then prepare your mind for the next one. Listen, they're only $10, $9.99, free shipping and handling, no gimmicks. Just get over there, closercards.com, and grab your stack of 25 closer cards today. All right, so let's jump into the episode here. It's funny that I'm talking about closer cards here. We sold out in our first 48 hours. We ordered 500 packs, and we sold out in the first 48 hours without running any ads or anything like that to them. And so anyway, one of the problems that we run into when you have a high selling product like that, and a lot of people teach this shit, is somebody hacks your funnel. And if you're not clear what hacking is like, if you look up hacking in the dictionary, it means you're a thief, right? When someone hacks into the NSA, they are stealing information, which actually happened. Most people don't know this, but the NSA was hacked the day of the Florida shooting. So while they were distracting us with only talking about the Florida shooting, the NSA was hacked, the biggest intelligence hack that's ever happened before. Somebody stole, AKA hacked, into the National Security Association's database. Okay. Second thing is, when you get like people like Chris Record and Russell Brunson, great dudes, I know both of them, but they teach people how to hack other people's stuff, right? Chris Record teaches you how to hack what's going on with people that are selling on Shopify. Russell Brunson calls his people funnel hackers. And that's fine, but let me just be real with you for a minute. And there's no disrespect to either one of those gentlemen. I have an utmost respect for both of them. They're very successful entrepreneurs, and they sell to a different crowd than me. I was at Dan Henry's event speaking and blowing the audience's mind. It's funny. When I speak from the stage, there is no lukewarm feelings. You're either like, I love that motherfucker, or fuck him. We actually had a dude stand up in the audience and say, fuck you, you piece of shit, and walk out. I got in his feelings like a motherfucker, and I wasn't even talking to him. He just took it personally, And but that's how good of a speaker I am. I'm not there to fucking make everybody feel good. I'm there to make everybody feel real. And to me, that's a compliment, because I got in that motherfucker's head, right? I rented space for free inside of his head, and now he's got to go deal with his demons. That's what I fucking get on stage to do in the first place. But Dan Henry and I were drunk as shit on stage, and that was part of our routine. I thought you were supposed to show up drunk, so I got drunk beforehand, and Matt Ganzak, basically he's my right-hand man. He was driving me around town, so I didn't have to drive. So I got drunk before him when I showed up. And then Dan started drinking on stage. So he was trying to catch up to me. I thought you're supposed to show up drunk. I didn't know you're supposed to drink on stage. Just maybe I should have read the instructions better. But anyway, so I show up about 6 margaritas into it. And we were talking about I tried to hack this funnel, because Dan Henry's a big Russell Brunson guy. He's a big ClickFunnels affiliate. And there was people asking us questions. So it was like a drunk Q&A. And one of the guys said, I hacked this dude's funnel, but I can't seem to get it to work to the manner that his funnel is working. And I said, how many people in this room have, or maybe it was Dan that asked it. We were drunk. I can't remember who it was, but how many people in this room have hacked a funnel? And for those of you who don't know, a sales funnel is a website that collects name, email address, phone number, and other information so you can sell somebody some shit, right? It's a sales funnel. And so the whole room raised their hand. And then Dan Henry said, how many people have made $1 million from hacking someone else's funnel? And not a fucking hand in the room was raised. And there's about 500 people in the room. And I share that story with you because today we're going to talk about 5 ways to deal with copycats. That's the topic of this show today. And listen, copying will get like if you model success, that's fine. But if you try to hack or copy somebody for verbatim, they're not going to fucking buy from you, right? Nobody wants to buy from the second best salesman in the world. Nobody wants to buy from, like when I sold cars and I told people I'm the top producer in this motherfucker, they want to do business with me. You think they want to do business with the next person? Hell no, I want to do business with the best. When I was the top producing mortgage guy, hey, I'm the best motherfucker on the floor here. I got the corner office. If you want to go fucking Tim over there in cubicle number 3, he can fuck your loan all up. But if you want the real shit, you just stay here with me. There's a reason I'm number 1 because I'm fucking good at this shit, right? And so when you try to just copy somebody and just like, it's one thing to hack somebody's system and model their success, right? So like you say, okay, well, cool. This is a cool idea. There's a free book giveaway. Let me go write my own book about my own subject and put it in a funnel and model that. That's cool. If you hack something that way, that's cool. That's what Russell Brunson and Chris Record teach. However, most people think hack just means blatantly copy and steal from a motherfucker, and that's not what they're trying to teach you. They're trying to teach you how to model success. A hacker is a thief, not how to hack your way into fucking success, because that's not how it works. How many people you know right now that maybe we can say Kim.com, but how many people do you know right now who are $1 million hackers? How many people right now do you know who are millionaire thieves? Let me ask that way. Maybe Kim.com, right? He's from New Zealand and he's fucking fearful of his fucking life every day of the week. And we don't even hear about cat burglars and shit that are worth millions. Or who the fuck they sell those paintings to, right? You steal a fucking $1 million Picasso, you can't just turn around and fucking sell it to anybody because the goddamn cops will come and arrest you. So I want you to think about that when we talk about today. Like a lot of people think hacking, like funnel hacking or Shopify hacking, just means go out there and blatantly copy somebody's shit. And all you're doing is polluting the fucking marketplace. Even when Apple showed up with the iPhone and Samsung tried to hack Apple's iPhone and make their, Galaxy or whatever the case, it's still different. It still has features that the iPhone don't. It still operates in a different way to the iPhone, even though it's modeled after the iPhone, touchscreen, one button, so on and so forth. It's fucking still their own version of it. So many people try to go out there and just blatantly fucking copy, and it doesn't work. And it probably happens in your business. You come up with a great marketing campaign. You come up with a great idea for a product. You come up with a great idea on how to throw an event, how to get attention, how to do whatever. And then somebody steals your shit. Somebody steals your idea. Somebody fucking beats you to the punch because maybe you were contemplating too long, or somebody just flat out copies you. There's this dipshit that was in one of my programs a couple years ago, and he has literally fucking blatantly copied every motherfucker that's ever come through the program during the time that he was in their shit. And I still get messages even today, and motherfuckers say, hey, this guy, I won't say his name on the air because he's a piece of shit and I don't want to fucking give him any attention. But hey, this guy's fucking stealing my shit. My friend Christy, she hits me up. She says, hey, this guy's fucking stealing my shit, and he's trying to talk to my fucking people, right? He's just straight up thief. But I'm like, it's just distraction because nobody's going to do business with him because they know you were first. And so today we're going to talk about 5 ways to deal with copycats. Number 1 is be the best, right? If you got that shit they can't hack, which I got that shit you can't hack. If you got that shit they can't hack, then fuck them. It doesn't matter, right? I'm telling you, nobody else, maybe Marshall Silver, I don't even think Grant Cardone could stand on stage and handle objections the way that I did, right? And I'm not saying that to toot my own horn. I don't even own a horn, right? And I don't even know where the fuck that came from, because why would you want to toot somebody else's horn? That's fucking weird. That's like fucking kissing. What if it's another man and you're not gay and you just share a horn with him and then you just basically kiss, right? But you say, Ryan, you smoked a lot of blunts with your homeboys. Hey, listen, let's not get into the details, ladies and gentlemen. Let's pretend this is fake news and we're fucking trying to be distraction here. But here's the thing. If you're the best and you just strive to be the best, it won't matter if motherfuckers copy you or not, right? If you are there was a dude the other day who changed the name of his video on YouTube that was like 2 years ago that he made it to Funnel Closer. And then he posted it on Facebook and he said, I'm the OG at this. Well, the fuck you are. How come your shit has 102 views and my shit has 400,000 views on it, right? If you're the fucking best at it, You know, all he did was he just went and changed the name of his video and made it look like he started this shit, right? But that's the kind of shit that I deal with every day. But like, if you that fucking good at it and you the OG in this motherfucker and your video's 2 years older than mine, how come I have 100,000 more views than you, motherfucker? I'm just saying, right? But I'm the best. If I'm going to be a funnel closer, I'm going to be the best goddamn funnel closer on the fucking planet. If I'm going to be the hardcore closer, I'm going to be the best goddamn hardcore closer on the fucking planet. I don't strive out to be a fucking middle core closer. Right? I didn't strive out to be the average core closer. I didn't strive to be fucking average ass salesman. I want a motherfucking 9-figure net worth by the time I'm dead. And I'm willing to be the best in order to do that. And look, I can model the best. I can see that Cardone, you know, he just threw a 9,000 person event. He's got a 9-figure asset holdings. I don't know his net worth, but he's got, you know, 400 to 700 million, depending on what day of the week it is that he tells you, worth of assets that he's holding out there. And like, there's a success that can be modeled after that, but I don't fucking act like Grant Cardone. He ain't on a fuck podcast yelling like I am. He don't fucking make the post on Facebook like I do. I can see there's a success model there, but I'm not going to fucking blatantly copy the guy. A, because we're nothing alike. And B, I'm striving to be the best. He's got a 34-year head start on me. Much respect to the guy, but I'm striving to be the best in my own way. So here's what inspired this show. You guys are going to fucking laugh your ass off. But here's what inspired this show. So 2 days ago, Matt Ganzak, my homie, he basically runs all my back-end systems, man. He's my operations dude. And great guy, been with me for over a year now. Listen, if you stick around, ask fucking Low Energy Robert. And I'll let you actually say something in a second here, Robert. But like, if you make it with me more than 2 or 3 months, like that's like fucking a 20-year retirement career with the average motherfucker. Am I lying, Robert? He may not even be there. He's like, you may not make it for another fucking 60 days. Where the fuck you at, Low Energy? God damn it. Push the unmute yourself. Fucking what the fuck do you call it, man? Like reinvigorate me, man. Fucking reinstate me. Give me some reassurance. And he's gone. He must be getting high or some shit. Anyway. All right, so back to the story here. Never mind, Robert. He's obviously low energy. It was fucking too much to ask him to show up on the show here. So anyway, I put out the closer cards. That's an original idea, right? Like these flashcards that I talked about earlier in the show for the advertisement piece. And these closer cards are something that I came up with on my own, and I wrote down for my sales team so that they would know what objections to handle when they came through. And I thought, man, we should turn these into we should turn them into closer cards, right? Instead of me just selfishly using them for my sales team and saying, here's the objections that you should handle. Like, we should make them and sell them. That sounds fucking awesome. And we've sold a fuck ton of them so far. And matter of fact, as I'm making the show, I just got a message here from Alex Jimenez, who's been a client of mine for over 2 years now. And he's like, this is one of the coolest things you've ever put out, man. And he's like, you always manage to impress me. I appreciate that, Alex Jimenez. But the thing is, I came up with it. I put it out there. And that shit wasn't on the market 3 days. Like, we got closercards.com. It's $10. And that shit wasn't on the market 3 motherfucking days. And some dude from India, some guy, his name's not important, some dude from India, because in Bangladesh, I guess that's India, maybe that's its own country, I don't know. But he makes cards that close or some shit like that.com. And he basically hacks my funnel and comes up with, fucking all these, they look identical to mine. Black trim, everything. I mean, it's a motherfucking blatant copy. And so when Ganzak found the ad running through his newsfeed and Facebook, he sends me the link to this guy's profile, and I'm about to fuck ream his ass. You know what I'm saying? But when I click on the link, this motherfucker already had me blocked. So he saw my shit, hacked, he didn't even hack. He saw my shit, blatantly copied and stole my idea. I hadn't even had time to get a goddamn trademark on the shit yet, right? Like, fuck, give me a goddamn minute to I'm trying to help the sales community out, not necessarily think I needed to trademark fucking flashcards, but whatever the fuck, right? The dude's already got me blocked. So that means that he's a thief, lying piece of shit motherfucker, and he knew what he was getting into when he did it. And so he has me blocked. He has this fucking funnel running, and it's hilarious. The copy on the funnel says something to the tune of this dipshit. Like, I'm just going to call him dipshit. I don't know his real name, right? Because he blocked me, and it doesn't fucking matter anyway. But I'm a dipshit that read every sales book out there and never got help until I wrote my own closer cards. And like, that's first of all, it's the stupidest fucking headline ever. It's like, I read book after book with no results, and so I made my own closer cards. Well, if you got no results, you stupid motherfucker, who are you going to be fucking teaching how to close people shit for? If you can't get results, how the fuck are you going to make cards that get other people results? First of all, it's a terrible headline. But some of us got that shit you can't hack, you see? But then, this is the kicker, you guys. Y'all gonna find this hilarious. Under testimonials, his testimonial for closer cards, his version of closer cards, was Zig Ziglar. Now, listen, I love Zig Ziglar, but he's been dead since 2012, like buried in a box. Now, I knew Zig personally. I've had the pleasure of going to his seminars. I've been to church. When I used to go to church, I went to church with him. There was a time when we lived in the same neighborhood. I say he was my neighbor. I didn't live on the same street as the guy. But we lived in the same neighborhood. So we run into each other on the golf course and everything else when I was doing mortgages. And Zig lived on Corinthian Bay, and my boss, I lived on McGregor, and my boss actually lived 3 doors down from Zig, so he was a closer neighbor than I was, and I was at the boss's house often because I was a top fucking guy. When you're a top fucking guy, you hang out with the boss, right? And so Zig was his testimony. So the website was published in 2018. The guy says he has 0 results, so he made his own flashcards. He's got me blocked from Facebook to where I can't see his profile, and then he's got Zig Ziglar as his fucking testimonial. Now, to me, that guy is saying salespeople are fucking stupid. And they're so stupid that and his shit was, instead, mine's $9.99 plus free shipping. His were like $30, and you had to pay shipping too. So basically, that's like a slap in the face to us salespeople that we're so stupid we don't realize Zig Ziglar's dead, and we're so stupid that we can't read through the writing on the walls that he got no results, so he's trying to make results for us. But that's what I'm saying. But I'm the best at this shit, and it brings us to number 2. I have that shit you can't hack. Right? You can try to copy it, and it's a blatant copy. I mean, the fucking cards look exactly like mine. But here's what I know. He can't hack my shit because he ain't got the talent. He saw that I had this product that fucking took off, and he probably looked it up on Shopify or maybe Disc or maybe on Facebook, and he thought, oh, that's a good idea. I'll just steal that and try to make some money. And I guarantee ain't nobody buying shit from him. First of all, because he's insulting our intelligence, thinking Zig Ziglar would give a motherfucker a testimonial. Zig's been dead for 6 years, right? And second of all, the fact that he says he doesn't have any results. But this is the shit I deal with on a daily basis. And listen, I'm going to be honest with you. You know, I said, number 1, be the best. Number 2, have that shit they can't hack. But that shit used to really bother me. I used to get mad at the motherfucker. These motherfuckers stealing from me. Let's just send the sales talk group after him. And I'll post the motherfucker's profile in the sales talk group. And I'll be like, y'all talk shit to him. But then I got tired of making dipshits famous, right? Because even if you're infamous, where like people like know you, but they hate you, like I don't want to be responsible for that. Matter of fact, the best thing that you can do to somebody that tries to copy your shit is make sure that nobody sees their shit. Because then, A, they stop copying because it's not fucking profitable for them. And B, you know, fuck, if you don't exist, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's thinking about you, fuck you. The worst thing that you could do to me as a person that's always trying to get your attention and bring you content and sell you stuff and help you out and further your career would be ignore me. You know, if there's a hot chick at the end of the bar, I'm married. But if there's a chick that's hot at the end of the bar and I'm single and I'm trying to talk to her and I go down there and she tells me to fuck off, hey, I can handle that objection. Fuck off. No, I'd rather fuck you, baby. You see what I'm saying? However, if she just ignores me and I'm like, hey, babe, and she just fucking turns her back and I go to the other side, hey, babe, you want me to buy you a drink? And she just ignores me and it gets up and walks out. That shit's heartbreaking, right? Apathy is worse than hate. Because apathy means you don't give a fuck, right? And so I want to make sure that people just show apathy towards this motherfucker. His ad didn't have no lights on it or nothing like that. And probably the people that were clicking running this build up was like, dude, this fuck guy's got Ziglar's a fucking testimonial. What a dipshit. So the key is to be the best and have that shit you can't hack. Number 3, I mentioned this earlier, is timestamp to prove you're the OG. This guy went back, different person, went back and said that he was the OG funnel closer. And all he did was he went and changed the title of his YouTube video. You could do the same thing, right? If you want to be a dickhead about it, you could go back and change the title of one of your YouTube videos from 4 years ago and be like, oh, I'm the original funnel closer. Which, you know, some people might fall for that shit. But the truth is, unless your video's got 100,000 views like mine, and unless you've sold over $1 million worth of funnel closer training, then you know what? That's some shit you can't hack again. That's that. Like I've time stamped and proven that over the last 6 months, I, Ryan Stewman, am the funnel closer, and fuck that other dude. You know what I'm saying? The other dude just trying to fucking be a copycat. And listen, the world's full of fucking unoriginal thinkers. You know, like we see Thomas Edison, right? Thomas Edison, the story we hear about him is complete bullshit. The guy was a fucking complete psychopath, narcissistic piece of shit. He didn't even invent the fucking light bulb. Nikola Tesla did. But Edison was a motherfucking class A dipshit that fucking hacked his stuff. And Nikola Tesla was a reputable, honest person who was just trying to fucking not make this dipshit Edison famous, but Edison went around being loud enough to where he ultimately got credit for something that he didn't really fucking do. That's real history for you right there, folks. But I want you to understand something. If you go and you look back in history, you can see easily that Nikola Tesla put his stamp on that shit. You know he's the real OG, that Edison just fucking hacked and copied his shit and was louder about it, right? Edison was a better marketer while Nikola Tesla was a better scientist. Matter of fact, Edison tell you the story that he blew his barn up 10,000 times to make a light bulb, and Nikola Tesla never had anything like that happen. Would you rather buy from the guy that blew a barn up 10,000 times, or would you rather buy from the guy that never blew anything up and just figured this shit out? But you have to timestamp and prove that you're the OG. And if somebody tries to go back in time and cheat the interwebs, hey, you can go to archives.com and you can see what's really fucking going on. I can go back to archives.com and I can look at this other person's video and see that just 2 months ago, it had a completely different title to it. Some of us got that shit you can't hack. Number 4, bury a motherfucker in marketing. So if this dude's going to run ads for his closer cards and I'm going to run ads for my closer cards, I got an 8-figure net worth. Okay, I'm gonna fucking be burying this motherfucker. Hey, listen, I've been buried before in marketing. Me and Grant Cardone, we competed for marketing for forever. That motherfucker's got a 9-figure worth, or at least high 8 figures. Wait. Regardless, Grant's got more money than I do. There's no denying that. And so when me and him going toe to toe, he buried me in marketing. He took off to 2 million fucking followers, and shit, I'm still trying to reach 200,000. And because I had to find new keywords, I had to find new outlets. I'm trying to get away from Facebook. I'm focusing on Instagram more than Facebook these days because Facebook's just turned into a complete shit show as far as ads. I'm not saying don't use Facebook for ads anymore, but don't rely solely on it because Mark Zuckerberg's a goddamn schizophrenic bipolar. We don't know what the fuck that motherfucker's going to do tomorrow. He's going to raise prices, drop prices, redo the algorithm, talk about shutting it down, opening it back up. This motherfucker has lost his goddamn mind. He's trying to come. He went from having the greatest social network on the planet to trying to fucking hack other motherfuckers. He tried to hack Craigslist by creating the marketplace. He tried to hack Snapchat by creating stories. We don't need all that shit on Facebook, motherfucker. Get your motherfucking ADD hacking motherfucking ass back to the basics. That's what we loved about Facebook in the first fucking place. But now you hacked your way into fucking Facebook's lost 1.4 million users in the last 30 days alone. Great job, Zuckerberg, you fucking dipshit. Quit hacking people's shit and focus on the original idea you had to begin with. Quit trying to be an asshole, you know what I'm saying? And so anyway, bury them in marketing. So if your shit's good and you're the real OG, then put some fucking dollars behind that shit and put it to work and then make the other motherfucker disappear because they can't take their eyes off you. I've had it done to me. I've done it to others. That's how you fucking get ahead. Hey, don't get mad. Don't get even. Get ahead. Right? Write that down, Robert. That's a fucking good ass quote. Turn it into a meme. Don't get mad. Don't get even. Get ahead. Number 5, call them out. But we got to use the Trump method on this. Oh, God damn it. He said Trump. I'm offended, and I'm fucking Democrat, snowflake, liberal, Antifa. Fuck Stewman, he said Trump. No. Before you go crying, motherfuckers, listen to me. Trump is the master at this shit, right? Whether you like the motherfucker or not, I don't give a fuck about your opinion, okay? And neither does he, frankly. And we can prove that by watching his Twitter feed every day. But Trump is the master at calling people out if, and only if, they have a bigger or equal following. If I talk shit to Trump, I got 13,000 people on Twitter. If I talk shit to Trump, Trump don't even acknowledge me. He's like the girl at the bar I was talking about. He just turned his shoulder to me, leave me hanging. I'm crying like a little bitch over here. You don't even love me. Won't even talk to me, right? We see people on Trump's post all the time talking shit to him. Him and his people don't even fucking acknowledge they exist. I see the same motherfuckers that have notifications on his shit just wait for him to tweet so that they can fucking talk shit to him, and they're dying for his attention and he won't give it to them. They're dying for it. These motherfuckers need it and crave it like they got daddy issues from the 1970s and he won't fucking give them any attention. But if Kim Kardashian said something about fucking Trump, you guarantee he would rebuttal to that. If fucking Kanye West, who has millions of followers, said something about Trump, you guarantee he would fucking call them out. When CNN, which has millions of followers, says something about Trump, you goddamn right he's going to call him out. You see, what we make the mistake of is we have 10,000 followers and somebody else has 100 followers, and then we call them out, and then our 10,000 people all of a sudden know who this person is who only had 100 followers, or whatever number I used to begin with. Then we've made somebody infamous. And listen, they say there's no such thing as bad publicity, and that's sort of true. I mean, you don't want to get publicity for like raping little kids or being racist or some shit like that. I would say that that's bad publicity. But here's what I am saying is like, there's most publicity is good publicity. And so somebody's always going to take the underdog side. So if you have 10,000 followers and let's say they have 100 followers and you tweet them out talking shit to them, then some people are going to follow them for the drama. And then some people, they're just fucking loser sympathizers. They're loser, so they sympathize with losers. And since they're the underdog, they're going to take the underdog side. And you just created somebody who was your follower champion for you to be fucking someone who's against you now champion for the loser that hacked you in the first place. So only call a motherfucker out. Because, like, listen, when I saw this closer cards copycat guy, the first reaction, being Robert, we're talking about the first reaction I had was to send the sales talk group loose on his ass, clicking his fucking site, but not buying shit. So he run his fucking ad spin out and the motherfucker go broke, go home crying like a little bitch that he is, right? However, I had Matt look at the profile. He said, dude's only got 127 followers. You know, don't fucking tell people who he is. Because then it's going to cost us fucking followers at some point or another because they're going to be like, Ryan's bullying somebody. The hardcore closer's such an asshole. He told me if I didn't have $10,000 in my bank account, I'm a loser. Right? We fucking know. We know who you are. Yet you're still here on the show. But only call people out if they have an equal or bigger following than you. If, like I said, when Kanye West talked shit about President Trump, he tweeted back to him. Right? When CNN talks shit about him, he tweets back to him. When one of the fucking people from The View or somebody like that talks shit about Trump, he tweets back to him. If I talk shit to him, he can give a fuck what I say. Why? Because I got a smaller following. And it would be stupid for him to fucking make me famous. That's one thing we do here in America fucking terribly is we make dipshits famous. And I'm not talking about the Kardashians. The Kardashians are business moguls. They're worth 9 figures. If you don't respect that, you don't have to like them. But Ty Lopez said this the other day. He said the Kardashians are not idiots. They're worth 9 figures combined. And their whole life is in front of the camera. And if your whole life was in front of the camera, do you think people call you an idiot at times too? Of course they would. I know they would. Me, hell, most of my life's in front of the camera and people call me an idiot every day. And I'm nowhere near as dense as the fucking Kardashians appear to be on TV, but that's what people watch it for. And so never call somebody out that has a smaller following you because all you've done is you fucking caused people that respected and followed you because there's always going to be loser sympathizers. Right now, they think you're the loser. Like right now, I got less followers than Grant. So there's people that follow me that may not like Grant and they sympathize with me being the underdog. And then if all of a sudden I make somebody else the underdog, then guess what? They're going to follow that guy because that's what they're fucking attracted to. And we don't need to make other people fucking famous. So, all right, 5 ways to deal with copycats. Number 1, just be the best. That's like if you've never read Miguel Ruiz's book, what the fuck's his name? It's called The 4 Agreements. But number 1 is always be your best. And that's number 1 best way to deal with copycats is just be the best anyway. We the best music. Play it yourself. Number 2, have that shit they can't hack. You know, if you are the best and you've created the fucking empire, they can copy it, they can hack it all they want, but they will never fucking duplicate your success. Number 3, timestamp to prove you're the OG. If you did it first and you're the best at it, make sure that you have those things in place to prove that. Like if I went and I sued this guy in court, I would need to timestamp and prove that it was my concept first and I had it trademarked, which I don't, and I don't give a fuck to trademark, right? Number 4, bury them in marketing, right? Like if your shit's good, put some dollars behind it, put some faith behind it, because that's all dollars are, is confidence. Put some confidence behind it, bury a motherfucker. Number 5, only call them out if their following is equal or bigger than yours. You know, in the beginning, I have a lot of respect for Cardone and Ty Lopez and some of those cats now. But in the beginning, you know, shit, I know how to work on the 48 laws of power. And so I would call them out and shit, oftentimes they would respond to me and people start following me. I built some of my following. I built a lot of the sales group that way. And I'll be damned if somebody's going to pull that shit on me. I got the experience, right? Like I know how the shit works. I wrote the goddamn book on the system, so you're not going to get that shit over on me. And now I'm giving you the game too, young OG. So listen, go over to elevatortothetop.com and you can get my audio book for $1. That's right. You can get no shipping and handling stuff anymore. None of that. Just go over to elevatortothetop.com, get my best-selling book on sales. We've sold over, I think it's either 20 or 80,000 copies. It's a fucking lot, right? Because if you count Amazon and the ones we give away, we technically can't say that we sold them because we gave them away free plus shipping, right? But we moved a fucking lot, high 5 figures. And but now you can get it for $1, and we'll send you the audiobook. And so go to Elevator to the Top and grab that. Thanks for listening to the show. Hey, listen, we're about to come up. We're about to start. Let me rephrase that. We are about to launch a show called Get Your Mind Right. And so it's going to be Monday through Friday, little 3 to 5 minute snippets. So make sure that you look for that in your iTunes folder as well. We're going to start that next week, where I'm just going to come to you daily, and I'm going to be spitting a little bit of game for you, a little bit of mind vitamin, a little nugget to get your mind right for the day. It's not going to be so much about sales. Some of it will be about sales, but it'll be about personal development and everything else. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure that you grab your set of closer cards at closercards.com. Get the audio of my book, elevator.com, and make sure you're a subscriber at hardcorecloser.com, and then .com your ass on out of here, because we go, closers.